The Pirates have their second shutout of the series, and they poured on offensively, scoring 11 runs against the Athletics. Myself and Doug will talk more about it on the North Shore 9 podcast presented by FanDuel. Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to NS9 Postgame Show powered by Primanti Bros. I'm your host, Anthony DiNardo. With me, we have Doug E. Fresh in the house because it's NFL Sunday. Welcome, Doug.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we have too much to talk about, DiNardo. I mean, usually I come on and say, wow, they pitched good. They can't hit. It's a good day to fire Ben Cherington. Let's wrap it up. But not today. There are a ton. Was this McCutchen's last home game?
You can still say your Ben Cherington piece. I will allow that. Go ahead.
That's absolutely. It's still a good day to fire Ben Cherington, and I will be elaborating on that maybe in other forums now that I get all my stuff set up here. But no, I mean Triolo and Bart have 4-hit games. Burrows 4 shutout innings. I'm sorry, Mlodzinski 3 shutout innings. I think everybody had a hit except Horwitz. He knocked in a run. McCutchen knocked in a run. Cruz knocked in 2 runs. It was something. Triolo now has a higher OPS than O'Neill Cruz. And
see that again.
Jared Triolo now has a higher OPS than O'Neill Cruz, 688 to 682.
Yeah, that's one of those things where it's like, I don't know if to celebrate that or cry or both, but yeah.
Right. That's a mixed emotions thing. It's great that Triolo is performing as well as he is, but he should not be with a 688 OPS. He should not be approaching what O'Neill Cruz is. But I've been following your Triolo tweets and short videos and that sort of thing, and I've sort of been reluctant to get on board, but today I did a little research. I don't do the deep dives that you do, but and this is not made up research, but Triolo's got an 855 OPS for the season against left-handers. Right? He's at least your platoon third baseman, right? I mean, and if anything he's doing now that he's been doing for the past month and a half is real, he might be your third baseman next year. And I don't want to buy, we've been burned by this before, but man, he looked good today. He's looked good the last couple months, and he looks good all season long against left-handed pitchers. So there you go.
Well, there you go. And like I keep saying too, I'm not here to buy in that Jared Triolo is an everyday major leaguer for his career. And like we've solved something here. All I need him to be is the stopgap until Connor Griffin arrives for a shortstop. But what Jared Triolo can present, as you're alluding to, is options. You said, hey, at least he can be a platoon at third base. Maybe. I would hope they go out and get something better at third. But again, what Jared Triolo is doing right now is he is playing his ass off. He is hitting. It looks sustainable. All right, again, going back to like the 2023 season, I believe it was. It's not just completely BABIP fueled where he's hitting a bunch of singles to get everything up there. And again, like he hits a home run today. I mean, he's displaying some power. He's hitting doubles. He's hitting triples. He's hitting home runs. He's playing good defense at short when he plays there. Obviously playing more third base now. But yeah, today, another big game. I mean, he goes and has 4 hits today with a home run. Like, what more can you really ask for from Jared Triolo? And yes, and a double. So again, he's just hitting the ball, and he's hitting the ball well. But it didn't stop there, like you mentioned. The Pirates in total had 15 hits, 4 from Jared Triolo, also 4 from Joey Bart. I
who also caught a shutout
Joey
today.
Bart last night as well.
He also caught a shutout today. So
he did. Well, Joey Bart hits better than Henry Davis, but Joey Bart is terrible defensively. They're so different and polarizing in what they can do. And then Joey Bart goes out today, and like you mentioned, he catches a shutout. The Pirates shut out the Athletics for the second time this series. Again, continue their leading stat there with the shutouts in MLB. And then he goes 4 for 4 today with a home run.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is what consecutive shutouts. It's it's hard not to, God, I enjoyed it. It was fun, but it's hard to take it all, too seriously. But yeah, it's hard not to get excited about what Triolo's doing. Bart, like I said, he's an average hitter. He's not that good a catcher today. He had a nice day today.
He
Lots of
did.
major league players have really nice days and don't replicate that. His OPS is up to 703, Bart. I mean, he's an average hitter.
Yeah, and
And
that's the
on
thing.
this
Like he is
team,
basically an average hitter.
yeah,
Right.
on this
Nothing
team,
to take that away
average
from him.
is average is way above the average Pirate. So, um, yeah, and I don't know, man. I don't know. It's was this the last? I mean, it's just there's just so much to talk about. I don't know. I mean, they've got me thinking that McCutchen's going to retire, and I'm getting a little sad. So
Yeah, I mean, this was potentially his last, at least in a Pirates uniform, but could be his last in general game at PNC Park.
yeah,
Don't know what his future holds. If he plans on retiring, if not, I mean, my stance on it. I still say if he wants to play, bring him back. Maybe more limited role. That's another conversation of the day. But yes, I mean, this could have been his last time at PNC Park, his last time playing baseball. And yeah, I mean, he did go ahead and collect a hit today, as you mentioned, with an RBI. So he helped the Pirates here win today, although they didn't need much help. He scored 11 runs, it's 11-0. But yeah, he kicked it off and quite early in the game, got an RBI, and there's that. There's a little memory
yeah.
of Kutch,
Well,
I
I
guess.
don't know what. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen, and I'm with you. If he wants to come back, absolutely bring him back. But if he has decided to retire, I hope he doesn't play any of these road games. I hope today was his last. Have his last game be at PNC Park. Um, but yeah, they did something a little
I don't
different
know. Don't
today.
take that away from us. I still want to see him.
Yeah, that's it's tough.
Don't
It's
let his
tough.
last at bat be a strikeout, Doug.
Yeah, but the Pirates did something. They scored runs early, right? Which they have been doing, but they scored two in the first, and sometimes we think that might be it today. That might be the offense, but then they scored two in the second. They didn't score in the third, but they scored in the fifth. I'm sorry, the fourth and the fifth, and then again in the eighth. It was just a fun game it was just fun to watch them pour it on, fun to watch everybody get in on the action. A nice way to send the 11 or 12 people that were there. Everybody got a prize, that went to the
That's
game
right.
today. um, and again, that's another like sort of damning indictment against this administration. On the last home game of the season, you can't sell it out. That's crazy. But that's what Pirates ownership and management deserves. That's what they've done. That's what they've created. So,
It is.
but
You gotta
hey,
lay in your
again,
own bed.
a great last home game, a good last home series. They shut out the A's in back-to-back games. What is that? Their 19th shutout now?
I believe it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Holy, 19 shutouts and they've got 67 wins. That's just crazy.
It is remarkable. But
Yeah,
and
that
again, to
really
go
was
off, I mean,
something.
I know we talked about last night to a degree, and to say it again, I mean, this is a very talented athletics offense. I mean, this isn't like the Colorado Rockies came into town or
Yeah,
the
this isn't
Miami
the
Mar.
Marlins or the
Like this
Nationals or somebody,
right.
right? This
This is one of
is.
the top offenses in baseball,
I
and
think
the
they're the
Pirates
only
shut
team
them out
with the
twice.
only team with 330 home run hitters. I think, which seems a little
Could be.
off. It seems, but yeah, but I mean, I don't. They've got, they've got hitting up and down that lineup. A bunch of young, exciting, dynamic guys, and the
Yeah.
Pirates shut them down. I mean, shut them down. Young pitchers did this. It was Bubba
And
yesterday, and Burrows and Mlodzinski today, and Ashcraft yesterday. Yeah,
right. And that's what I was gonna say. Like they did that also without Paul Skeens. It wasn't like Paul Skeens shut them down. That you could say, well, I mean, it was Paul Skeens. Like this was also not Paul Skeens. It's like you
right.
mentioned, the future. It's the guys that have come up right now, talented arms. Bubba and Ashcraft did it yesterday. Today it was Burrows and Mlodzinski, which we're going to talk about also. But right, it's the future. It's the guys that you want to see perform down the stretch, and they had a tough task ahead of them. The Athletics coming to town. It's a really good offense, and they just shut this team down completely. No runs, which I believe actually ends up being, is it 22 straight innings that they They haven't
I
allowed
think,
the
I,
run
yeah,
a
I think
run
it's,
for the A's
yeah, I think
for
it's
Athletics.
something like that because
I think
the
22 straight
A's
innings they shut them
after
down.
that home run, they've shut them down because yeah, in the 4-3 loss, the bullpen didn't give up a run,
Right.
and Mitch was out in the fifth or sixth inning. So yeah, 18 for 22 sounds about right. Yeah.
So there you go. Again, very very impressive series for the pitching. Of course, we've seen that, but today obviously the offense came alive and it was very impressive. Now, I shouldn't say very impressive in the sense of for all the other reasons, the Athletics don't have good pitching. So it's not impressive. I mean, they were facing guys that Oswaldo Vito pitched today, Doug. Kind of put that in some perspective here. Like
Yeah.
it was Beto. He was a Pirate at one point in time. There was some intrigue with Beto in a sense of could he become a major leaguer and maybe in the bullpen? Right. It wasn't like there was intrigue like, hey, Hunter Barco, hey, like this guy has a lot of good stuff. Can he be
Right.
number 3 starter in MLB? It's like, hey, could this guy end up being a major leaguer in a bullpen? And that's, like this is the caliber of pitching the Athletics are putting out there right now. So again, like it is what it is, but also like the Pirates don't score on those pitchers either. Today they did.
Right. I mean, that's it. My running monologue about how every journeyman guy coming off injury,
Right.
making a first start, had 6 consecutive bad starts, has his best day against the Pirates. So yeah, the A's weren't able to do that. The Pirates I mean, I guess they did it yesterday. It was 2-0 yesterday with 2 solo home runs, but not today. Not today.
Not today.
Yeah. So
That's right.
yeah,
You get
good
your
fun
hashtag
series.
Raise It's in there.
We're
giving away
giving out
4 sandwiches once
I
again.
love it. I love it.
But you know what I thought was funny? So obviously I start out, well, I shouldn't say start out, but last night I went to this rabbit hole with Henry Davis and Joey Bart. And it started on this post game and afterwards, if you saw Twitter, and then this short I posted and blah, 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 blah. And part of it was like, oh, look how impressive Henry Davis is behind the plate. But also more, it's like, well, look how awful Joey Bart is behind the plate. So we're coming into this game, and it is Mike Burrows, who he doesn't possess the upside like a Bubba Chandler, like the Ashcraft. But, you still have hope from being a solid pitcher, but it's still the Athletics offense. Joey Bart's behind the plate. And on top of that, Doug, Ryan took the under on the FanDuel Ryan's lock of the day in total runs. So, I told you, I was like, man, we're going to have a lot to talk about today because he took the under. There's Burrows on the mound. Bart's back there. Like they're going to implode. This is going to be an ugly, high scoring game. And well, Ryan lost naturally, but it was also because the Pirates offense just obliterated. They scored 11 runs. So yeah, Ryan loses once again. But again, like, yeah, it was impressive. Like Joey Bart caught a shutout and Mike Burrows looked good. And it's good of Mike Burrows. He did. Like he lasted just 4 innings. Now I want to say he threw more pitches than you wanted to see. Like it wasn't totally efficient, but he gave up 5 hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts in those 4 innings. A lot of soft contact. I think the average exit velocity was like 83 miles an hour today. He was giving up hits. They were weak contact. To me, though, still, it was a good showing by Burrows, even though it was just the 4 innings there. And now his ERA is actually under 4. He's got a 3.93 ERA on the year.
Right. Yeah. You're right. He didn't pitch great. There was a lot of traffic on the base pass, but he got out of it. He was able to use that changeup. And guys can't just sit there and look fastball for him. So it gives him a little, element of, a little advantage. It was not his most efficient start, but look, he's now pitched like 125 innings. He's I think it's his 19th start, something like that. I mean, he's had a nice this is a rookie season, right? This is a really nice, solid season. He's young. I think he's only going to improve. And he slots in nicely in this rotation for the future, I think. You're right. He does, it's not the show that Bubba puts on or even an Ashcraft or, certainly not Paul Skeens. But he's no free pass either, right? He gives you a chance to win, and he's done that mostly every start. He has given the Pirates a chance to win, and again, that's what we say it all the time. It's all you can ask for. Young guy, so yeah, I've been very impressed with him. And again, he's a guy we sort of forgotten about because he got injured, and he has come back and from the injury and has pitched very effectively. And I can't wait to see what the future holds for him.
Yeah, it's one of those things. So to not totally correct. Yeah, it is his 19th start. It's 94 innings in the major leagues. He has
I was
roughly
counting
about
minor league.
125 in
Yeah.
total.
Yeah, I was
Which
counting
is
minor.
also,
Sorry.
again, why I know a lot of people are going, oh, another 4-inning starter, another 5-inning starter. Like, when Bubba had it the other day, and it's like, well, this is more designed by the organization. These are a lot of young pitchers. These guys aren't going anywhere this year. So what's the point of making them pitch 7, pitch 6? Like, you're going to monitor innings. That's what they're doing. Burrows was injured most of all of last year, like we mentioned. So, like, to get him to about 125, 130 is probably where he's going to end up this year. Like, that's where you want him to go, because last year he didn't go anywhere near those innings. I mean, he pitched about 90 innings last year in total. So, you're progressing, you're giving about 40 extra more innings this year by getting him to 130. So then you would imagine by next year he is hitting like 150, comfortably,
Right.
and plus, right? So that's why you're seeing this. Again, he could have went out for 5 innings today. It wasn't efficient for the 4, but it's not like he lasted 4 innings because he was just totally inefficient and couldn't get a 5th. They are monitoring these guys heavily.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it was certainly the plan. He didn't have to come out. He could have gone. And look, it's going to be similar next year. He's going to be a 5-inning pitcher, right? I mean, if he makes 30 starts of 5 innings, that's 150 innings, and that's about where he's going to be. So, we might as well buckle in for it, because they're not going to let him pitch into the 8th too much next year. He's going to have to be super, super efficient to get into the 7th inning. And look, that's a lesson all these, in today's baseball, it's a lesson they all need to learn. If you want to pitch more innings, you've got to limit those pitches per inning. You can't just be a strikeout guy. You're going to have to get some quick outs.
Right. Yeah, for sure. And like I said, this isn't it is what it is, but I had the 5 hits, again, mostly weak contact. He didn't allow an extra base hit the entire time. So like there was traffic that was being put out there, but I mean, he did pitch pretty effectively in all. Again, like you see that bloop go up the middle, or that weak, kind of grounder that goes up the middle. And I mean, Ono Cruz was like fielding ground balls pretty much every time there was the contact made.
And he successfully,
yes.
Right, yes.
But
we need to embrace progress wherever we see it.
This wasn't where Mike Burrows had, 5 hits in 4 innings, and he was kind of getting knocked around and got super lucky that there wasn't any damage. It was more or less on the other side that it was some really weak contact that got through that'll even allow the 5. So again, it's not that I was impressed by his start today, but it was very comfortable. I mean, I come out here leaving this start feeling like, it's another start by Mike Burrows. I look at him as a starter still. He's pitching very comfortably and allowing this team to win, and he did a good job. And then Doug, because he only lasts 4, I mean, I think they probably wanted to go 5, but the pitch count was high for 4. They get him out of there. They put in Carmen Mlodzinski and Doug. I mean, once again, Carmen Mlodzinski in this role, you look at last year and how you saw like Luis Ortiz just flourish, in this pseudo role. Like, he can pitch multiple innings. He can make a spot starter or opener one day, come in, maybe throw 1 in relief, like just used all around. And like Carmen Mlodzinski shows, like, he just excels as a bullpen pitcher. Like, don't make him a starter. Get him in the bullpen and let him be that true weapon that he is. And he comes in today, pitches 3 very strong innings. He also, as mentioned, shuts down this Athletics the offense. And Carmen Mlodzinski right now, we started off the year with him in the rotation, and he was getting lit up. But every 4th or 5th inning, his ERA was ballooned. It was just terrible. We're like, you're doing this guy a disservice, because he's going to go through arbitration and just get hammered. You say, well, you have not been a good pitcher. You have this 8 ERA, like, you're not good. It's like he could be in the bullpen and just being fantastic, and like, hey, here's what I actually can do. And it's like, even after all that, right now he has a 3.62 ERA. Very respectable. I mean, lights out in this bullpen.
He's an all-star as a reliever, right? He's got that kind of potential. I mean, he's a Pittsburgh Pirate. He may never get chosen, for that kind of thing. But yeah, he is a lights out reliever, and again, so versatile. I'm not going to be mad if he comes in and pitches the 9th inning. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I mean,
hey, right?
I
He's
feel
good.
comfortable with any inning he comes in.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. He can come in the 2nd inning after starter blows up and gives you 3 or 4 innings. He can give you that, maybe a opener on a doubleheader type thing. Again, pitching a bullpen type day, piggyback with somebody, give you high leverage innings. He's done an outstanding job out of the bullpen. I understand that he wants to start. The starters get the money, but we don't always get what we want. He still has an important
Tell
role.
me about it, Doug.
Welcome to our world, Carmen Mlodzinski.
Right.
So, you still got a great head of hair, and you're going to make a decent living nonetheless. So, life is good, buddy. It's just hopefully that's what they'll do. Hopefully, the new general manager, because today is a good day to fire Ben Cherington. A new general manager will come in and recognize what his strengths are and utilize his strengths and put him in the best position to succeed.
That's right. 100%. And so to look at this as of right now, in the bullpen, he has a 2.25 ERA. And we're approaching 50 innings is just true bullpen work for him. So again, like an absolute weapon, he's been in the bullpen. So I can't talk enough about. We were talking about him last year, and coming in this year, I'll give you a weapon. And yes, the whole starter phase happened, and I wasn't opposed to it. I guess I understood it, and let's see, didn't work out well. But again, with him in this bullpen, he is an absolute weapon. We keep talking about like the rotation as far as next year, and again, like talking about the bullpen to some degree. And there's going to be someone who you think is going to be in the rotation next year. That because they have a plethora of arms, someone's not going to be there as long as everyone's healthy. Someone from the rotation is going to go into the bullpen and be a weapon there. And you already have, mentioned like Carmen Mlodzinski, like Dennis Santana is probably coming back next year, obviously too. There is Matson. Like there's still a
Lawrence,
really good bullpen. Lawrence, right?
Yeah.
There's still like a really good potential bullpen this team has. So again, like the pitching just looks strong all around.
Yeah. When you say, what's the strength going into next offseason, it's pitching in general and both rotation and bullpen. And you're absolutely right. Based on how they're going to have to limit innings, some of these guys will be starters for a while and then in the bullpen, and other guys will start out in the bullpen and then be starters for a while. If health goes along, right, we're not going to see Ashcraft and Burrows and Barco and Bubba and Jared Jones and Oviedo. Obviously you can't have all those guys pitch 180 innings, but they're that's how they're going to manage it. That's how guys might be at AAA that fully deserve to be on the major league roster, but they're going to keep them stretched out as a starter and have them ready to come up and, again, in case of an injury or ineffectiveness, that sort of thing. So it will be very fun next year, and hopefully we don't have to just focus on pitching next year, that there'll be some offense to focus on, but watching how they manage and use this pitching is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm with you. So again, like the pitching just showed out today. The offense showed out today. We talked individually about obviously Triolo and Bart, Cruz to go 1 for 5 with the 2 RBIs, had the strikeout. So this is second game at the leadoff role. I'm not trying to take too much away or focus too much on that. It is just 2 games. But again, it is interesting to see him finishing out. Maybe I assume they're finishing out the year with him at the leadoff role. I'm not going to say he looks better. He looks, I'm taking it for what it is at this point in time.
Right.
Reynolds goes 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts today. Horwitz goes 0 for 3, but does have 2 walks. McCutchen 1 for 4. Nicky G 1 for 4. Sawinski even. Doug 1 for 4 with the ground rule double over the north side notch.
Brought him up to 131.
York 1 for 4. So basically everyone but like Spencer Horwitz today had a hit. They had 15 in total, 4 walks, 8 strikeouts. They went 6 for 12 with runners in scoring position. It was just a very good day to watch baseball.
Yeah, it was outstanding. It was a lot of fun. They got guys on base and they got them in, and they did it in multiple innings. It wasn't just one big explosion, if they can do this all next year, postseason, here we come.
Well, yeah, Doug, if you can score 11 runs every game next year, you have a pretty good shot.
I'm pretty sure when the Pirates score 11 more runs and pitch a shutout, they're undefeated.
Yeah. Like if this team can score,
you don't even have to check me on that one. I
was gonna say if this team can score like 1,700 runs, I think they have a chance. And they can allow 0 runs all year long, pretty good chance.
Yeah, pretty good chances there.
Pretty good chance. I like their chances then. But no, in all seriousness, it was a good game. Anything else that you want to mention that stood out?
No, I mean it would. I mean, I think we've covered the high notes, right? I mean, again, the big stars today were Triolo and Bart, and that was. I mean, the Triolo thing is just getting, you know, it's getting hard to suppress my enthusiasm, and I've been, when the first is he back? Is this real? Blah blah blah. I'm like, no, I'm not buying into it. Don't even talk to me until next June. But you're right. This isn't all Babbitt, right? This isn't all that 23. I remember he was sort of one hand swing and dink it over the second baseman's head. He's driving the ball, doubles, home runs. He's stealing bases. He got 12 stolen bases. I'm telling you.
That's another thing. Like we don't really talk about.
Yeah,
it's not like a big part of his game, but like he quietly steals some bases. I mean, you put him in a whole season, he can have a 20 stolen base season, like no problem.
Right. I think he's on his way to 2020 next year.
Game.
Right. Well, that's it.
Well, I don't know about that though.
When I mean, clearly he's limited as a hitter. I mean, let's not, we're having a little fun here. But yeah, but if that's another thing he can add in, if he's getting the at-bats, if he could steal some bases and just, score from second on a single, that sort of thing. Again, the Pirates have to do every single little thing they can. And Triolo seems to be offering a lot of little things going at this point, and that the defense is just elite. It'd be funny if he played third base all next year and won the Gold Glove. That would be that'd just be great.
It would, or it would be great is if they get a real third baseman and he starts out at short until Connor comes up, and then he's a utility guy and he wins the Gold Glove as a utility guy while he's also having league average or better offense, and he's a true part of this team while not having to be a starter.
Okay, that's like your delusional. That's your delusional fantasy. My delusional fantasy is that Connor comes up on opening day. And
no. That's the thing is that sounds delusional. That is my reality. Like that's my fantasy. But I'm trying to stick to reality that he's not going to be there. Right. So I point at you and saying you're delusional, Doug.
I am. I admit I'm deluded. I want him starting opening day as shortstop, and at the end of the year, I want it to be a tie between him and Bubba for Rookie of the Year.
I do too.
So yeah. So yeah, I've been drinking today. Okay, what of it? But
I do too.
yeah.
But
right.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of putting out there too. Just we'll end on this here. We'll give away sandwiches, guys. So again, get those hashtag raises in there. But yeah, I mean, Jared Triolo, since the trade deadline, since August 1st, he's given every day at bats and such, and he's been turning it up. He's got a 120 weighted runs created plus, and that doesn't count today. That's only going to go up. I'm sure it's probably going to be like 130, 135 ish, something around there. And that's also 184 plate appearances. Like this isn't also like a 3-week sample where he just like blew up and like it's just disappeared. It's gone. I mean, he's been doing this for a while now. He's still hitting above average. He's still playing very well. So again, I said before, I want to see this through, how he finishes the year. There's really a week left. And at this point in time, I don't think I'm going to get persuaded by 1 week remaining. So far, I mean, I'm invested that Jared Triolo can maybe do something. For sure, he's part of the team next year. Where or how, we'll find out. But Jared Triolo does give this team some options heading next year of which way they're going to go. Now, I hope it's not like, hey, Jared Triolo is our starting third baseman, but I hope it's at least like we don't need to invest other ways because Jared Triolo is here. He can at least eliminate that. Now we can heavily invest in this other position because of Jared. That's how I look at this. And so far, again, Connor Griffin did his thing. He's going to make you fight and argue that if he can be on the opening day roster. And Jared Triolo right now is doing his part to make you really talk and discuss like, hey, you know what? There's something to believe in here.
Yeah, and it's a huge step forward for him because in June, I would, a lot of us were saying, and I know I was one of the ones kind of leading the charge, is that like we got to give up on this guy. Yes, the defense is spectacular, but he can't hit, and he's certainly made some inroads into turning that around. Right. I don't want to go into next year saying, the key is Triolo's offensive output for sure. We need to go get a third baseman. We need to go get a left fielder, right? Yep. Probably one through free agency and one through trade, that sort of thing. And they need to be productive hitters. But then but if you got Triolo, like you said, maybe holding down short till Connor gets here, or just he can play every infield position. He could certainly platoon at first with Horwitz. We've seen him play well enough at all the other positions. We've seen him win a Gold Glove as a utility player. So yeah, he's definitely earned a spot on this roster, and maybe not even the 26th man that I've always relegated him to.
Yeah, I don't want to go in this deep of a rabbit hole also, but I remember Jim and I talking and looking through his stuff. And ironically enough, he actually has, he's above average hitter at third base and shortstop. He's terrible hitter when he plays second and first.
Isn't that interesting?
Actually. So maybe it's just the side of the field he plays on. That's the problem. So maybe if you eliminate him from second and first, problem solved. Maybe that's the problem. Solved. Anyways, let's get past that.
Let's give
away some sandwiches, Doug. How's that sound?
Yeah, outstanding. Let's do it.
So while I bring this up, why don't you tell everyone what they need to do?
You need to like, you need to subscribe, you need to hype if you can find the hype button. You need to view our shorts, you need to watch Bucko Brew tomorrow, sponsored by DeFair Copy. You need to watch NS9 live on Wednesday or Thursday-ish. Let's see what else. I think that covers everything. And join our Patreon too.
There you really join our Discord as well.
Join us in the Discord.
Nathan's video is live from this morning. What if Jung Ho never got injured? That magical 2015 season
man,
that could have been.
Kills me. Yeah.
So go and check that out.
That's an outstanding video. Make sure you watch it.
It makes me cry. But we have 53 entries. You know what? I'm not going to harm and yell at everyone. I guess I'm not going to harm you anyway.
It's football Sunday. It's NFL Sunday.
It's NFL Sunday. That's why Doug and I are on.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and make the draw. Who's going to be our very first winner today? Of course, if you are a winner, go ahead and email us, northshore9@gmail.com. Send us your email address associated with your Primanti Brothers account. If you don't have one, download it. Then send us with the email that you signed up with. Our first winner is James Shestina. So congratulations, James. You are our first winner. 2 Primanti Brothers sandwiches for you. And now for our second winner, Brock. Brock's been a winner before. I remember that name.
Yeah.
So
he's got a football player avatar. So what's he doing here on a Sunday?
Well, it's a Pitt one, so
yeah, I guess so. Like right. Pitt. Yeah, it looks Pitt. Yeah.
So not only is it Sunday, but it's also Pitt football. So there's Pirates baseball is about the same. Anyways, so congratulations, Brock. You two are our winners today. We'll send those sandwiches out as soon as possible. So get us over your email addresses and we'll do that. Mark says he is now 0 for 108. I'm sorry, Mark. Hey, there's a week left. Maybe the Pirates can play spoiler because the Reds are creeping in on potentially a playoff spot. So Pirates have
I would get great joy. I would get great joy out of the Pirates knocking the Reds from the playoffs. I really, really would.
That's right. So so that's right, Mark. Spring. Where we go? Hope springs eternal. So maybe there's another chance this upcoming week. But if not, well, sorry. Maybe next year. But that's it. So Doug, we'll be back again tomorrow, like you mentioned, for Bucko Brew. There is no game, but they will be back on Tuesday. We'll have some more post-game shows for our very last week of the year, Doug. This is it.
Yeah, this is it.
It's hard to imagine.
6 games left.
Yeah.
And crazy. I think today was the first day we were excited about the enthusiasm died quickly. Here we are.
Right.
Back where we always are.
There you have it. As always, we love you all. We will be back. See you tomorrow morning, bright and early with Jim and I.
Let's go, Bucks.
Bye-bye.
All right, that wraps up this episode of North Shore 9. Thanks so much for tuning in. Whether you're listening on the podcast or catching us on YouTube, if you enjoyed the show, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us grow. And if you're listening on the podcast, a quick review goes a long way in helping others find the show. Plus, be be sure to tell a friend about us. There's always room for more here in the NS9 community. And for those looking to support us a little more, consider joining our Patreon, become an MVP member, and get exclusive perks while helping us continue to bring you more of the Pirates content you love. Thanks again for all your support, and let's go Bucks.